It's fine. It's fine. Okay, thank God I was recording the whole time. Okay. Hi guys. I'm going to review this pizza. I keep having one subscriber comment about my pizza reviews, but I bet most of my other subscribers have not even seen any of my pizza review videos. But if you have, and you made it to this video, you're probably shocked by all of the changes.
You sweet life, phantom, phantom. If I tell you say I love you, no day for me, young girl, oh young girl.
Welcome to totally not a clone of Raven doing another pizza review months after stopping. Hi! We'll talk about all the changes herein and thereof in a second, but first of all, let's get this pizza in the frickin' oven. So, this is the DiGiorno, which I'm not a big fan of. If you watched my DiGiorno taste test video, yeah, you'll see that I'm not a big fan of it. I'll link a playlist below, by the way, of all of my pizza reviews if you want to just go through these, because I kind of think they're good videos. I don't know. As a YouTuber, you have to rewatch your videos a lot, and it took me quite some time to actually start enjoying my own content, and the pizza reviews really are one of the things that started to help me love my own content. And also, pizza reviews.
Meme review. Meme review.
The idea came from PewDiePie, so if you don't know, you don't know. But anyway, he does a thing called meme review, and he does that. He goes, meme review. And yeah, I used to watch those. I don't watch them anymore. But anyway, this is the personal size 4 cheese, and it's stuffed crust, which I also am not a fan of, which is why I have not tried one stuffed crust frozen pizza on my channel yet. But I definitely will start. I got this mainly because I'm staying with somebody and they do not have a lot of room in their freezer, so I can't do like a regular pizza review, like a big size frozen pizza, because it wouldn't fit in the freezer. So I had to find like a small one that I was willing to try. Honestly, I'm not that excited about this because it's DiGiorno. They have disappointed me in the past, but I bet that my taste buds are different than a lot of people, and it might satisfy some people, because I watched on Good Mythical Morning this morning. It was an older episode though, because today's Sunday, and they don't come out with them on Sunday. But there was a DiGiorno pizza that they really liked, and I was like, there was actually a couple of them that they really liked, and I was shocked. So maybe it's just the original that I'm not a fan of, and their other ones could be good. I don't know. But let us see. Ooh, this looks really gorgeous, but I did say that about the other one that I tried, specifically the DiGiorno one. I was excited because it looked beautiful when it first came out. Boop. That's what it looks like. Come on. Now, I would say it looks pretty normal on the bottom. It looks a little doughier. Actually kind of smells doughy. That kind of smells good. Oh. Okay. Let's see if there's any instructions. Remove pizza from freshness wrap. Place pizza directly on the center rack. I've talked about this in my previous videos. That is not safe. You should have a pizza pan. This is a flat, not serrated, but a flat, holy pan for your pizzas, which, guess what? Mine totally got stolen from me, so I don't have it anymore, and I'm really sad about it. I'm gonna have to go to my Domino's in my hometown that I worked at for 4 years. I'm gonna have to go in there and be like, can I? Seeing myself do that in camera, oh my gosh. I'm gonna have to ask them if they'll give me one of their old crusty pizza pans that they're about to throw away, because that's how I got my other one. I'm not gonna lie, I worked there and I was like, hey, can I have this? Because they were throwing a bunch away, and they were like, sure. So I recommend buying something nice to put your pizza onto that your pizza won't stick to in the oven. Now I'm kind of at a loss because I do not have mine, and embarrassingly I think I'm gonna have to do what the fabled Raven has always said never ever to do because it's so unsafe. I'm gonna have to put this directly on the rack. By the way, I'm not lying, it literally says that. It says, boop, place pizza directly on rack. Like, nothing should ever tell you to do that with something so hot as an oven at home. Anyway, just make sure that you're prepared to take it out correctly, that you have the right things to cover your hands with so that you do not get burnt, okay? It's very important because this is going to be then on your center rack, fully cooked and piping hot, and everything in the oven is also piping hot, so you're gonna have to come up with some ideas to get it out safely, but again, I recommend just not doing this, but I'm gonna have to do it. So let's put her in the oven before she defrosts too much. Okay. See, what I will do is I will put a cookie sheet underneath so that it captures any cheese or anything that does start to melt and go over, because you do not want melted cheese to get stuck in your oven. It makes your alarms go off. It'll be it'll be a mess, okay? And it's a dangerous mess, and it's a smoky mess. You shouldn't be breathing in smoke. Also, I didn't put it directly on the cookie sheet because I've had a history of things sticking to cookie sheets, even with parchment paper, even with whatever, and I don't have any like spray. And also, it really affects the evenness of a pizza's cook if you put it onto a cookie sheet, something that's flat versus something that has a bunch of holes in it so that it can get cooked, the crust can get cooked properly. So I won't mess with that. I would rather put it directly on the center rack like they recommend, even though it's dangerous, and have multiple precautions to make sure that it's safe. But, okay, that was a very long rant. I'm so sorry. Anyway, so which change should we talk about first? Should we talk about my hair or should we talk about the environment? Leave me a comment which one you want me to start on, because I'll totally be able to see those. First of all, I'll start with filming videos is a little weird right now. It's been a while. It's maybe been 2 months, 3, 4 since I've actually filmed one of these specific types of videos. But so it's a little, I'm gonna be rambly, I'm sorry. But I am happy to be doing it again, so I'm going to be starting up again. What had happened was, if you haven't watched my channel at all, my neighbors were harassing me for over a year. It got really bad, particularly because I thought I could be friends with them when they first moved in, and then we became friends. And then if you know, you know. If you become friends with narcissists and emotionally abusive people, and then they turn on you, it's like one of the worst situations you can be in, because they ultimately usually became your friend in the first place to learn all of your weaknesses and problems, and then once they turn on you, they can weaponize those on you and throw them at you and make you feel horrible about yourself, emotionally abuse you, antagonize you, gaslight you, all of the above bad things. And basically that's what happened. And I didn't even realize it. Like, I realized it, but I continued to try to stay strong and like live there because I was living there. I had to try my best to be comfortable there. I was paying a lot of money, and I had decorated my whole apartment to be beautiful, to make myself more comfortable, or try to my hardest, and nothing was working. I never felt comfortable. I couldn't go outside. It got to the point where anytime I was outside, I was scared my neighbor was gonna walk past me and say something horrible to me, which he did a lot. And eventually a tape was gotten of him screaming at me on my porch because my neighbor heard it one day, my other neighbor, and came out and recorded him. And that's when it really, really started to get worse. I sent the video to my landlord, and my landlord kinda, I think, was like in shock and didn't know what to do. And evicting somebody is really difficult, so they didn't want to do all that. It was like, I have also had trouble paying rent in the past because I was laid off in 2020 2 times, right when I moved into that place. And so I think that they didn't view me as reliable. So even though I'd sent them proof of the harassment I was getting and how terrified I was to live there, my neighbors were able to manipulate and gaslight the landlords themselves and basically paint me out to be somebody who isn't reliable at all. And it does kind of make sense. If somebody wasn't able to pay their rent at some point, they're most likely not going to be listened to by the landlords as much. So even though I was paying rent at the time, and had been for quite some time, they didn't want to listen to me until I signed a contract to get out of my lease early, even though I had to pay extra. I think that was the turning point for my landlord, where she finally believed me and she felt bad. Like, I finally got an email from her that was human. Like, she finally saw me for me and felt bad. So that sucked. The only way I could prove my point and prove the harassment I was going through was to scramble to get out of there because I was so terrified. And there's a video I posted where my neighbor called the cops on me because I was moving. I had started moving my stuff, and he called the cops on me in the middle of the day, 3:30 p.m. He started to use the cops as a way to scare me. After I'd already decided the only solution was me to move out because my landlords weren't listening. So it just kept getting worse and worse. I finally got out of there. I was posting videos as I was moving. There's a moving video I made where I literally edited down 4 hours of footage, you guys. 4 hours of footage of me moving, all by myself, mostly by myself. And I edited it down to just an hour-long video, still my longest video ever on my channel. I'll link that below too. I enjoy it. I mean, is it the best content? No, but is it nice and calming to watch somebody pack up all their stuff and like move? Yeah, I don't know. I enjoy watching it. So I was staying with this old lady, and guess what? A few weeks went by and I posted some videos where my neighbors were able to track me across town, basically, and they stalked me across town. My old neighbors, yeah. They couldn't get enough of me. They just needed some more of me. I'm pretty sure what happened was they found my YouTube channel and they were just so upset to see me talking about it, even though I never mentioned their names. So, like, them commenting and, like, even putting themselves into the situation incriminated themselves. They don't have to say anything and nobody would ever know who it is that I'm even talking about, right? I could just be crazy and making this all up. So if they never got involved and never, like, harassed me even more, they could get away with saying it wasn't ever us. But nope, they officially incriminated themselves like times a million. And I told my landlord about that too. And she really felt bad then. And yeah, so I had to get out of that place because I was terrified and felt stalked. It was weird. Like, I'm not necessarily scared because they clearly aren't gutsy enough to do anything to me. They just were trying to mentally abuse me some more. It's very obvious and very pathetic of them to do as adults. I'm so glad I can finally see past it instead of letting it affect me. In my younger 20s, this would have hurt me so bad. But now, it has made me stronger, thank God. So, anyway, I moved in with a friend, and it's a lovely place. He's at work right now, and I get to use his oven. Did I put a timer on? I didn't put a timer on. Okay, it has been... It has been 10 minutes and it says to cook it for 18 to 20 minutes. So let's put 10 minutes on. It's fine. It's fine. Okay, thank God I was recording the whole time, so I know the amount of time that it's already been cooking for. That explains this situation. I'm basically just staying here. Like, when I moved out, when I chose to get out of my lease early and move out to get away from the harassment, I fully planned on just staying somewhere for a little amount of time, like a month or so, and saving up because I had a job, and then finding a new apartment and getting my own place again and moving again. I did not plan to move in to stay temporarily with somebody, and then be immediately laid off from my job. Because somebody purchased the gas station I was working at, and they don't need me anymore. They have a whole crew that they're bringing in, and they're changing everything, I'm pretty sure. My job was ripped out from under me, and so basically, instead of staying somewhere for just a month or two and being able to save up for my own place and then moving right away, I'm in a place of stagnancy where I don't have a job now to save up to look for a place. Luckily, my friend is super nice in letting me stay with him while I heal from all this weirdness and figure out my career. I have a lot of choices that I can make right now. I'm free as a bird, and I have a lot of potential, a lot of ideas, a lot of creativity, and I want to help people too. So there's almost too much that I want to do right now with my life. I'm starting my own business, being a baker, singer, YouTuber. So I really want to focus on being able to produce success for myself in artistic ways that make me happy, instead of forcing myself to work at gas stations or manufacturing work. That things like that really kill my soul. So I'm it sucks to have your job ripped away from you, and it does suck that I had to move, but it was all for the better. It's all for me to go down a whole new path in life, and it's all for the better. I can't wait to see what comes next for me. And maybe I can focus a lot more on YouTube now, and it'll start growing. Maybe I'll start live streaming. If you would like me to live stream, comment below and give me some ideas. I've always thought about just live streaming when I do my nails, because what else can I do while I do my nails? It's like kind of boring because I feel incapacitated. I can't like do anything more artistic or get up and do laundry because I will screw them up. So maybe if I live streamed, that would be nice. Anyway, long rant. Okay, you guys want another one? My hair. So my hair was completely dead. My roots had grown out so long, and then the colored hair was basically like down to like here. It was super long, but it was super dead and horrible. It was super hard to brush through all the time. It had been bleached way too many times. Years ago, I think a year, 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago even, when it had been bleached in the completely wrong way. So it was dead. It was hard to brush through. It was dying. These gross knots would form, and it was like you would have to pull it out in order to brush through it. So I decided a while ago that eventually I would cut it all off where it was dyed and just start fresh. So a few weeks ago, I'll show you a picture. This is what my hair looked like, natural colored. That's my natural hair color. It's just brown, the color of my eyebrows. I like to call it mousy brown because that's what it is. It's like dirty blonde / mouse colored brown. I don't know what it is, but that's the color of my natural hair. You can kind of see my roots. Actually, they just started growing out. But this was the first, so I'm getting ahead of myself. So obviously, after I cut all my old hair off, I wanted to color it again. I don't like having plain hair. This is just too plain for me. It looks cute. I like it on some people, but for me, it's not how I feel myself. I love having colored hair. So my friend did a bleach process on me. This is after the first, and he's not a professional, so there are a few spots that he totally missed. We already have more bleach that we're going to do another process with anyway because it's yellow. I want it to be all this color, basically all white, so that I have a completely blank canvas. And honestly, I still haven't fully decided what colors I want to do. I have so many ideas, but I want to do my hair the most I feel myself. So kind of thinking purple, red, pink, like a mixture of all of those. But then I can't let go of having mint green in my hair either. So I kind of want to put mint green in the front, like I had for the past couple years, just having the front part mint green. But I don't know, because it fades really quick. I love it though. I'll probably do it. It's hard to decide. But yeah, so that explains my hair. I didn't record this first bleaching process because I just wasn't feeling it. I was a little worried, honestly, which, dang, I should have recorded it. Brad Mondo would be screaming right now, because some of it's pretty bad. But it's honestly, he did a pretty good job, like for somebody who isn't a professional. It's just uneven because he's not very familiar with how bleach works. And the front parts of your hair, you're supposed to wait till the very last to do because they bleach the fastest. And he didn't, so that's why these are super white under here. But then you can see some spots. Like there's a spot that he missed up here. It's still brown. And there's a couple around here. But I will record the second bleaching process for you guys. Do not worry. Just in case anything goes wrong. I know y'all want to see it. And then I will record me coloring it and whatever I decide to color it and how that ends up turning out. So make sure to subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell and then click all notifications so that you're notified when I come out with those videos if you want to see them. And by the way, I have to mention, it's all short. It's all pretty short, but I couldn't let go of all of the length, so I asked him to leave part of it long. So there's this little tiny part that I left long that like I'll just always kind of style and do something with. I don't normally do this, but I love putting like black ponytails. It looks cool to me. I don't know. But it sucks because I do love myself blonde too. Like I could stay blonde and I would be happy. So I don't know. Hair color's hard, man. I want to do it all at once, but you can't. Like I would keep parts of it blonde and then do like purple and red and pink, but then the blonde would just immediately be saturated with the color like the first time I shampooed it. So depends on the hair color you use, I guess, but like the purple Arctic Fox that I use leaks into other colors no matter what for like weeks. So does the blue Arctic Fox. The other colors Arctic Fox are great at not bleeding into other colors, but blue and purple are a different story. Can't believe I've talked this whole time. I'm so sorry. This is going to be a long little update video for you guys. But normally I read this, don't I? It was pretty straightforward. Stuffed crust, 4 cheese, mozzarella, parmesan, Asiago, and Romano. Okay, I guess those are really good cheeses. But part of the problem, you guys, and part of the reason I haven't done pizza reviews is because my lactose intolerance is becoming a major problem. It turns out age 26 is when my lactose intolerance is really getting worse, and I have to really be careful with how much dairy I eat, or in general. Like I can eat the tiniest amount of a certain dairy and it messes me up. So you guys, basically making pizza reviews is gonna kill me, and I'm gonna have to be very cautious while doing it. I'm not gonna be able to actually eat the whole pizzas anymore. I'm gonna have to like literally just taste test it, and that's it. And I have to make sure to take my lactate every time, and even then, the lactate doesn't always help. So I might have to go to doing only healthy pizzas, y'all. I don't know. Let me know what you think if you have any ideas about that, because it's really put a halt to me doing these videos. I'm like, oh, what do I do? I shouldn't be eating pizza anymore. But I love it, and I love making these videos for you guys, so. Okay, supposedly it's gonna be done. Let's check. Hell no, that's not done. 5 minutes. Ow! Ow! Why am I so clumsy? This is like the most space I've ever had, and I still... How did I hit that? How did I... Ow. Okay, I'm gonna wait for the pizza to be done now. Cool, great, alright. Ooh, I want something stronger. And a boy with love. A boy with love. I want something stronger. And a boy with love. Thank God I closed the blinds. Because people could totally see me from the house across right there if they wanted to. Oh, those blinds are totally open. What was I gonna say? I was gonna say something. I do Oh yeah, I remember now. Oh god. So I've been making ASMR videos. Hi, if you found my channel from those. I'm not a professional at it at all. I just started literally sitting in front of my microphone whispering this book, one of my favorite books ever, called The History of Love. And this is my mic. It's not great quality, it's cheap. I don't even have a good stand for it. It's on my other cheap tripod right now. That's how I hold it up. But yeah, the quality of the videos, they're not great. Like, I don't know, I'm not into ASMR, so I don't know how perfect it's supposed to sound. Okay, we're almost there. It needs like probably dos sakis, okay? 2 minutes. Anyway, so in my last one that I recorded my first video, my first ASMR video here in this new place that I'm staying. And I just realized, turning on my laptop just now to film this video, I don't know if my microphone here was even plugged into my laptop when I did my last ASMR recording. So hopefully that's a good video, but it looks amazing. I love the setting that I filmed. I filmed it over there in the living room. I like it. There's this little nook that I like to sit in. I could show you, maybe that's where I'll taste test the pizza in a second. I like it. Yeah. I also did take a hit of weight, so do not judge me, okay? I'm healing. I need to like de-stress almost constantly now to try to feel better again, like after everything that happened. It's weird. It's weird, but it's good, but it's weird. And I need to come out of it. But other than that, it'll all be for the better. And that's what's helping me come out of it, so. Day by day, y'all. Day by day. It is the 25th of June right now. Okay, boo-boo! The center is not cooking. And this is a problem that we have. Sorry. This is a problem that we have with smaller pizzas, okay? In ovens at home with frozen pizzas, it takes longer for that center part to puff up. And I don't know, you can most definitely take the pizza out before the whole cheese puffs up. But I just can't. I can't help it. I have to try to wait as long as I can to see if I can get the whole cheese of the pizza to evenly rise. I can't stand seeing that like hole in the middle that still hasn't risen. So, but it inevitably, usually, especially with the DiGiorno ones, the personal pizzas, starts to burn the crust on the outside. So I'm almost wondering if I started experimenting with these to see how I could cook them better. I'm wondering if this specific one or these specific sized ones, if you actually should let them defrost a little bit before putting them in the oven so that it's easier for it to cook evenly, versus when you put it in the oven completely frozen, it's gonna, like, the oven has to go through a whole process of thawing it out first before even starting to cook it. So I'm almost wondering if like partially thawing it a little, like the crust at least, would help it cook evenly. I don't know, because you're probably not supposed to do that because of health safety reasons though. But it's just cheese. Come on. In other countries, cheese is like left out. Like they don't refrigerate it. But I bet, I don't know, maybe cheese in the US needs to be. Okay, we're getting so close. Oh, I turned the oven off on accident. Oh no. No. This oven is something else. Like the noises that it makes, it's somehow higher pitched than any other oven I've ever experienced. And it kind of like jostles your soul. It's like, why? We're gonna wait. I also don't know if... Oh! My pizza cutter! At least I still have my pizza cutter. My handy dandy. pizza cutter. It's not very clean. I don't know how that happened. Jeez Louise. Alright, so this is what I meant by it's precarious. And it's a little stuck, but not fully, so I'm just taking it out. Fully covered hands. And there we go. There she is. Looks pretty good. I am going to why do I have an accent? I think putting on some sort of accent makes me more comfortable, especially if I haven't talked to someone or something, as in the camera, for a while. I think having an accent makes me feel a lot more comfortable. I don't know why. I think it's a way to like shield myself or shield my emotions or my authenticity, or I don't know, maybe it's a way to feel safe. But I'm sorry if it offends anyone. I'm not trying to offend anybody. I swear I just love British accents and any other accent that I do. I also kind of grew up where my sister and me would do that back and forth. We would do accents to each other. So I'm trying to not do it. I'm literally an adult and I need to stop doing that. But I am going to let the pizza cool. Whew, that was a hard one. And then I'm going to try it for you guys. Maybe it's also because I hate the American English accent. Like I just would rather hear my voice in a British accent, I guess. And it's not even a British accent. It's like something that probably isn't even an accent anywhere. It's just made up. Like a bunch of accents from Europe all pushed together. But I'm gonna go try the pizza in my little nook over there. I will see you guys in a few. So here's what it looks like cut. Can you see it? Okay. It looks alright. Definitely looks better than the other DiGiorno pizza that I did try. Oh, is it echoey in here? Ooh, it's a little echoey. Put that microphone a little farther back. Yeah, don't you love this little nook? It's so cute. Alright, so here's what a piece of it looks like up close. I'm going to show you. Of course, there's some cat hair, some fresh cat hair. Lots of cheese, and then you can see the stuffed crust there. So, always looks super unappetizing to me when it's a frozen pizza that has stuffed crust. It just looks like one of those Kraft cheese sticks shoved into pizza crust. And it's never appetized me very much, which is why I'm not a fan of stuffed crusts, but I'm gonna try this part first, and then I'll try the stuffed crust, okay? Okay, y'all. This is really good. I'm pretty sure it's the Asiago, Parmesan, and Romano cheeses that I'm tasting on the top that just make it very good and very flavorful, almost as if I put my own Parmesan on top. Like, that's how much Parmesan I'm tasting. My mouth is watering so much. This is a really good pizza, and the crust has risen quite a bit. You can see the crust has risen quite a bit, and it's gorgeous. I'm gonna take a bite of the stuffed crust part now. Okay, it's actually really good. I want to try the cheese on its own. I'm gonna pull some out of the crust part here. Just try it, see what it is. So I was guessing it would just be plain mozzarella, but I don't think it is. So there's not much flavor to that cheese. It might be mozzarella, it might be provolone. It is strangely like almost a flavorless cheese that they've got in the crust, which for me is great because I don't like when they have like a very oily cheese in the crust. It kind of, again, makes it seem like they just put a Kraft cheese stick in the crust of a pizza. Whereas this, I'm gonna try it one more time because I want to see if I can taste anything. I should get a bigger bite of it, huh? I got a big enough bite there. It is a cheese that has some flavor that's in the crust, but it's more of definitely a provolone or a mozzarella. Just one of the most plain cheeses that you can find on a pizza, which I love. Honestly, I love it. That's what's hard for me to get over, is it looks terrible, okay? like, just the way that cheese stick looks in there, it just disturbs me. I've never been a fan. But I'll tell you what, boy, it's a good pizza, okay? So, when I did take my first bite too, sauce kind of spurted out. Almost scared me, almost burnt me a little bit on the lip, but that's totally fine. I like the amount of sauce on here. It's not too much. It just kind of was like built up from heat underneath the cheese. I'm gonna take another bite, hold on. Okay, so this is actually a pretty good pizza. The crust could be better. It's a little bit like super soft, and like I kind of wish I could have gotten a more crispiness on it. But other than that, like the end part of the crust is great. Just the bottom part of the crust, I wish I could have gotten a little bit more of a crisp on. But as I'm testing it, it is all right. It's pretty crispy. Okay, so I just started getting like flashbacks of the Schwan's pizza. The little personal pan pizzas you can get from the Schwan's man, that big yellow truck. The guy who brings food to, like, I don't know if it's just Midwestern houses out in the country who get Schwan's, but that's when I lived with my grandparents, that's when we got the Schwan's man food. And this kind of tastes like that little pizza that I would eat as a kid that came from the Schwan's man. And therefore, I like it. I may be biased. But honestly, compared to the other DiGiorno pizzas I've tried, this is very good. It has a lot more flavor. Maybe they watched my review and felt bad about themselves and had to make a pizza with actual flavor that didn't have a cardboard crust. So not only is this a stuffed crust, but the crust itself is completely different than the original DiGiorno crust that you'll taste, and that's like hockey puck-like. That's the way I describe it. I don't know why, but it tastes like nothing. It tastes like a shoe, and it's hard like a hockey puck. That's basically what it's usually like. So this is a completely different crust. It's very soft. It's very nice. It's like soft, luxurious. It rose well. It actually was not that hard to get an even bake, even though I complained about it. That's just it's just hard to cook a pizza evenly at home. Still not saying that right. It's hard to cook a pizza evenly in an oven at home, and I always feel the need to complain about it, but I shouldn't because it's obvious at this point. But if you didn't know, now you know. Anyway, I definitely recommend trying this one, the DiGiorno stuffed crust pizza. Thank you so much for watching. If you did like this video, give it a like. That would be awesome. That way I know that you liked it. And if you want me to come out with more pizza reviews, it's gonna kill me, but I love pizza, and if you enjoy it, I enjoy it too, so I might as well keep going. Maybe I'll just space them out a lot more than I used to, so that I am not killing my tummy. But if you have a recommendation of a pizza that I haven't tried, let me know in the comments. I have tried a lot of them, so if you want to check out that playlist of all of the pizza reviews I have done so far, look at that playlist. I'll have linked in the comments below. You can see all of the pizzas like in the thumbnail itself, and you can see if I've tried the pizza you want me to try yet or not. And if not, let me know, because I'll probably be able to get it. Hopefully. Probably gonna eat a little bit more of this, even though I really shouldn't. I know I already said it in this video, but subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell, and make sure to hit all notifications after that so that you're notified when I come out with other videos. And check out my ASMR series. It's actually a really good series. I'm reading this book, The History of Love, and by golly, is it beautiful. It's just a really good book. I don't even want to read any of the back of it to you because it's just so dramatic, but it's gorgeous and I love it. And I'm reading that like I'm whispering it. I'm whispering it like this. That was terrible. I'm whispering like this the entire book. And it's pretty nice. So yeah, if you would like to check that out, I'll also link that playlist in the comments below. I would really appreciate it if you did. I watched them back myself. It's like a very soothing video series to watch because there's like no sudden noises. It's not loud. A lot of people have told me it puts them to sleep, which I'm not sure if that's a good thing I want to hear. Oh yeah, your video put me to sleep. Do I like hearing that? I'm still trying to decide. But yeah, I would really appreciate it if you did check those out. Whatever you are doing, have a good day, good night, good evening. Bye guys. So ow. Okay, I think I updated you guys enough. Thank you for watching. What am I doing? Okay, I'm gonna wait for the pizza to be done now.